With only 2 races remaining in the 2023 Formula 1 season, the championships have long since been wrapped up, but fans are in store for a blockbuster event at the penultimate race of the calendar. The third and final race in the United States heads to the city of Las Vegas for what is the most anticipated Grand Prix in recent memory. The long-awaited return of F1 to Las Vegas is almost upon us, and whether you like it or not, all eyes will be on Sin City once it is time for lights out. So with that in mind, today's video aims to give you a complete guide to the new circuit, the history behind the venue, onboard laps of the track, and what you can expect from the 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix. So without further ado, let's dive into the history of how this race came to be. "2023 won't be the first time Formula 1 cars have raced in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has been 41 years since Vegas last hosted an F1 race, with the infamous Caesars Palace Grand Prix taking place in 1981 and 82 in the parking lot of the Caesars Palace Hotel. It wasn't much of a venue, which is why it was scrapped after just 2 years, and Vegas was to never see Formula 1 again, until now. The announcement of a Las Vegas Grand Prix came in early 2022 and is a result of the growing US market for Formula 1 and of course its F1 owners. The 2023 Vegas GP will actually be the first Grand Prix directly promoted by Liberty Media. Plans were unveiled for a temporary street circuit on the Las Vegas Strip, in which 31 different circuit variations were considered before finalization. The track will run through some of Vegas's most historic landmarks like the Strip, Caesars Palace and Venetian hotels, and it will also blast past the new Las Vegas Sphere that will be a sight to behold for fans and drivers. Before even turning a lap of the circuit, however, the newly planned event has garnered criticism from just about everywhere, including local residents, businesses, F1 fans, and many more. The cost of the construction of the facilities and the events surrounding F1's return to Vegas has raised some eyebrows. As of the end of September, $435 million has been spent on the circuit, which is reported to be about $35 million over budget. And while this could be a topic popular enough for a video on its own, let's focus on what matters to racing fans the most. Before we dive into the track characteristics and facts behind the Vegas Strip circuit, let's take you on a hot lap of the track and introduce you to F1 cars around Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Strip circuit is 6.2 kilometers in length, making it the second longest street track on the calendar behind Jeddah. With 17 corners overall, At least 6 of them are taken flat out, while others flow together so quickly you barely even notice they are corners. This track is dominated by straights, with top speeds expected to hit around 350 km an hour. 2 DRS zones are expected to feature in Vegas, with one in Sector 1, and then the next on the back straight in Sector 3. The near 2-kilometer long back straight along the Las Vegas Strip will be a focal point for teams when setting up the car. Low downforce packages are expected, as maximizing top speed will be crucial. Much like Monza, a car that has excellent low drag and strong acceleration out of corners will be quite successful in Las Vegas. With the exception of corners at turns 3 to 4 and turns 10 to 11, there are no high-speed corners that require a lot of downforce. The Vegas track doesn't have much camber or elevation changes, and the turns 7 to 9 complex is an awkward and slow sequence of corners, much like the slow section in Miami. A big factor in performance at Las Vegas will be the grip levels. Not only is there new tarmac and the usual dirtiness of a street circuit, but the Vegas GP sessions will be taking place at night with very cool temperatures. The first 2 free practice sessions are scheduled for Thursday evening at 8:30 and the middle of the night between Thursday and Friday at midnight and 1 a.m. FP3 and qualifying will take place at the same times on Friday, with the Grand Prix starting at 10 p.m. on Saturday night. Predicted air temperatures for qualifying and the race will be around 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. This will be difficult to manage for the drivers in terms of getting the tires up to temperature and finding the grip on an already tricky surface. So before we outline our expectations for F1's return to Las Vegas, let's look at what the racing will be like around the new circuit and whether it can actually deliver an exciting Grand Prix. So that was a simulation of a race start at the Las Vegas Grand Prix on F1 23. As you saw, there are many unique aspects to this new track. For the on-track racing, street circuits always tend to throw up some surprises, and Vegas should be no different. It will be a real challenge for the drivers getting up to speed on a new circuit, but more so the difficult conditions that we are expecting. With low ambient temperatures and a slick new track surface, drivers will have to be at their best in order to avoid the close walls of Vegas. As for the racing itself, overtaking will be a challenge as per usual on an enclosed street track, but that 2-kilometer back straight is 12 to 15 meters wide, so there will be plenty of room for side-by-side action. but the 90-degree corners following the long straights are tight and awkward angles, meaning that completing the overtake won't be as simple. What is to be determined is the power of the drag reduction system on this circuit and whether or not cars will actually be able to pass when stuck in a DRS train. With a downforce setup and average speed similar to Monza, we could see a similar race play out in Vegas. But for the owners of Formula 1, the off-track activities and the overall event itself is of more importance than the quality of racing. Expect to see pageantry and festivities like never before all throughout the week leading up to Lights Out. To us race fans, we will be going into this Grand Prix with the skepticism about Vegas's glamorous place on the F1 calendar. Hopefully it delivers both for the die-hard racing fans and also the casuals, but wherever you stand on the Las Vegas Grand Prix, it will be a must-watch for a lot of different reasons. So what do you think of the Las Vegas Strip circuit? And do you think the 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix will be a success for Formula 1? Leave your thoughts and impressions down below in the comments, and if you liked this video, share it, leave it a like, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.